All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to IGNITE. My name is Arissa Roy, and I'm the founder and CEO of Project Power Global. We are so happy you are here and joining us for this incredible event in support of education worldwide. Today, we are here as one community to stand up for millions of silenced voices. Millions of people, especially children and youth, who are denied their basic human right to education. By joining us, you are taking an immense step forward, and we don't know how to express how thankful we are. Today will be filled with some exciting activities, and we hope you enjoy. Remember, this is a live stream event, and we want to hear from you. Yes, you. Over the course of our program, we will ask you some questions, and you can feel free to type your answers in the YouTube chat box. Later on, you will get to learn more about the story behind PPG as well as Plan International. But first, I'd love for you to meet some of my team members, aka some of the best people in the world. So, Amika, do you want to start us off?
Sure. Thanks, Arissa, for the amazing introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Amika, and I'm the events director for Project Power Global, and I'm from the UAE.
Hi, everybody. My name is Ryan. I'm also an events director, and I'm from Canada.
Hi, all. My name is Erica. I'm an events lead, and I'm from Canada.
Hi, everyone. My name is Muskan. I'm on the Pen Pal team, and I'm from USA.
Hello all, my name is Zoe. I'm the graphic design director and I'm from Canada.
Hi everybody, my name is Tess and I'm a graphic design lead and I'm from Canada.
Hi everyone, my name is Owen and I'm a social media director and I'm from Canada.
Hi all, my name is Mia and I'm the website lead from Canada.
Hi everyone, my name's Maya and I'm the TikTok lead and I'm from Canada.
Hello everybody, my name is Helen and I'm a newsletter director and I'm from Canada.
Hello, I'm Nalusha and I'm also a newsletter director and I'm also from Canada.
Hi everyone, my name is Diana. I'm the communications director and I'm from Mexico.
Hi everybody, my name is Sophie and I'm the human resources lead and I'm from Canada.
Hi everyone, my name is Charlie and I am the partnerships lead and I am also from Canada.
All right, now we want to hear about you. Feel free to say hi in the chat and let us know where you're joining from. Also, make sure to add #Ignite in your message. We have got some viewers. Awesome.
All right. Well, it was really nice to meet some people in the chat box, and feel free to continue to write in there as well. And so now that you've met myself and our team, and we've gotten to know you guys a little bit more, we would love to tell you how Project Power Global came to be. So it all started in 2017 when I went on an incredibly life-changing trip to India. And that is where I first learned about the inequalities faced by many children around the world. During my trip, my family and I had the opportunity to visit a local school in the outskirts of Delhi, so that my brother and I could give some of the school supplies that we collected before leaving. The kids that I met at this school did not have stable access to some of the most basic human rights like food, water, and shelter. Luckily, they were learning at some form of a school, but not at the same not receiving the same quality of education every child deserves. So when I came home and really thought about what could help these children escape this vicious cycle of poverty, education was, still is, and will always be the solution. And that is how Project Power Global, or as we say, PPG, was born. So after kind of coming up with this idea to really want to give back and change the lives for many children who are facing these problems, I decided that the fight for education is going to take kind of like an army of like-minded individuals who are passionate about building a better tomorrow and ensuring that no matter who you are or where you are from, you get to learn and grow. And that is kind of how we formed our team. And it makes me so happy to know that all of these incredible people that you see on the screen in front of you are all here to fight for a better tomorrow. So yeah, that is how we were born.
Thank you so much for that lovely speech, Arissa. Okay, so you might be wondering what exactly we're going to be doing today. I'll tell you the plan. Throughout this event, we'll be playing a Jeopardy game and a few Kahoot games on the topic of lack of access to education. The Jeopardy game will be played with our previously selected contestants, but anyone can join the Kahoots. In between those games, you'll get to hear about the work of Project Power Global and Plan International. And enjoy a fabulous interactive activity. And then you're going to get to watch a spectacular performance from our very own founder, Arissa. You will also have the chance to ask us questions about both organizations and learn how you can win a prize. But first, a quick reminder from Muskan. I think you're muted. Okay.
Thanks, Alicia. We want to remind you that there's still time to send in your donations to support Plan International. The link to our fundraising page can be found on our website and in our Instagram bio. The link can also be found in the chat, so please take a look at it. Now, as many of you may know, we have invited a special guest speaker to speak a bit about Plan International and what they do. So without further ado, here's Nazneen.
Hi, everyone. Thanks for having me, and thank you for the wonderful introduction. And it was so nice to hear the story of how PPG has become what it is today, with such amazing partners and wonderfully motivated young people making a difference globally. Hi everyone, my name is Nazanin. I work at Plan International Canada. I am the donor engagement and stewardship specialist, and my job is to support young people such as yourself in their fundraising, advocacy initiatives, and help get the ball moving. You'll hear more about what Plan International's history and the importance of education through Plan's work. And I'm sure through the Jeopardy games, we're also going to hear and learn more about the importance of quality education. I'm so happy to be here, and you'll hear more from me later. Thank you so much.
Thank you to Nazanin for that amazing speech. The work that Plan does is truly an inspiration. We are now going to start our game of Jeopardy! I will be your host, and our teams are Team A, Julian's team, Team B, Karina's team, and Team C, Reika's team. A quick reminder of the rules of the game. Each team will take turns selecting a category and a point value, which will reveal a question relating to lack of access to education. That team will then get 45 seconds to unmute, talk to each other, and respond. If they respond correctly, they will receive those points. If not, no points will be lost, but the next team will get a chance to steal. If that team also doesn't answer correctly, the third and final team will get a chance to steal. And if they don't get it, no points will be given. Let's begin. So to kick us off, Team A, which is Julian's team, you will select a category and a point value.
Let's do sexism and lack of education.
And point value?
300.
Blank adolescent girls from the poorest households have never been to school.
So the rule said that the answer had to be in the form of a question, but I still don't exactly get that. So
So for the answer to be in the form of a question, you would take your answer and then you can just say like, what is this? Or what is this person? Something like that. So it's been a minute. Does Team A have an answer?
no, I don't think I know the answer.
Okay, so by the rules of Jeopardy, we're going to move to Team 2, which is Karina's team. Do you guys have an answer?
No.
Does Team 3 have an answer? Going once, going twice. Okay, well, that was a hard one. The correct answer is 1 in 3 adolescent girls from the poorest households have never been to school. So now we're moving on to Team 2, which is Karina's team. You guys can pick a category and point value.
Sure, let's do Project Power Global for 200, please.
Okay, Project Power Global for 200. She is what holds the organization together and makes it work. She is generous and kind, as well as an exceptional leader.
Who is Arissa Roy?
That is correct. Great job. That was great. And now we're going to Team 3. You guys can pick a category and point value.
So I think Team 3 just joined the call. So I think that's Reka and Reka Zarafa. Are you here?
Yeah, we're here.
Okay, awesome. So just to reiterate, we've started this game of Jeopardy. I hope all the players kind of know what's going on. But basically, we're just going around picking a point value. There's a question and you have to answer it. Yeah, so if you don't understand, no worries, we will help you out. But yeah, and our 3 teams, I actually just wanted to interrupt so that they could say hi. So if team number 1, Julian's team, if you just want to say hi to everybody. I know we didn't really do an introduction, but I think it's important that we get a game vibe here. Julian, do you want to unmute and your team can say hi?
Yeah, hi. I'm on a team with Isabel. That's my mom. Yeah, I mean, we just thought this, like, I heard of this from Arissa because I worked together with her in the school newspaper, and I just thought this was a really cool thing that she was doing, so I decided to join.
For sure.
And I am the mom, Isabel Granick. and I'm like super psyched to be here. This is a great idea and a great fundraising idea. And now I'm on it. I'm on it. I get what's going on.
Thank you. Well, so nice to meet you, Isabella. I know Julian. Awesome. We're so happy for you to be here. And sorry, there was a little bit of a mix-up. We kind of just jumped right into it, but I'm glad we could introduce everybody now. And then team number 2, I think that's Nikhil and Karina Khanna.
Yep. Hi, I'm Karina. This is really cool. I've known Arissa for like 14 years at this point. I'm here with my brother, and this is like a really cool idea. So, yeah.
Thank
you. Hi, I'm Nikhil. Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. Sorry, Nick.
I'm Nikhil. You can call me Nick. And yeah, I've known Arissa like, I guess all my life, because she's older. Well, and yeah, I think this is a really good idea and it helps a lot of people. Thank you.
Thank you, both of you. And then our last team, if you guys want to unmute, Reika and Hayden.
Hi, I'm Reika and I'm here. My team member is my brother Hayden. Hi. And we're really excited to play today.
Yeah, we're so happy to have you. Thank you for joining. Yeah, we're really excited. So I'm sorry to interrupt that game. I'm going to turn it back to Helen to continue with this.
Thank you so much, Arissa. It was great to meet the teams. Sorry, we kind of just jumped right into the Jeopardy, but like Arissa said, it was good to get to know you guys. So correct me if I'm wrong, but we were on team 3 and a point value, I'm pretty sure. So Reika and Hayden, you guys can pick a category and a number.
Okay, I think we'll do causes of lack of education for 200.
Children with these are often denied education because schools cannot provide resources that can help them. There are many different types. Some include being paraplegic, blind, or deaf.
What are children with disabilities?
That is correct. Congratulations. And back to team 1, which is Julian's team. Another category and point value.
Go, Jules, you pick something.
Okay. Let's do also causes of lack of education, but for 300.
A lot of girls are unable to go to school because lack of this. They are denied privacy and constantly feel uncomfortable.
It's a tough one.
Yes, the teams are allowed to discuss their answers out loud if they if they choose to. They can also stay muted. It's your decision.
We can never stay muted. Okay, I already answered. Do you agree, Julian?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, okay. I see in the chat, what are bathrooms? The correct answer was what are sanitary products, but it's pretty close. I think we can count it, right?
Yeah, that was really close. You guys are on the right track, so we can give that to you.
Thanks. We'll get better and more specific soon.
Awesome.
Sounds good. And we're back to team 2. You guys can pick another category and point value.
Can we do Project Power Global 300?
Sure. It is our newsletter, which comes out every month, describing the team's latest plans and ideas, as well as insights from different people.
We're not sure.
Oh, okay. That's okay. Does team 3 want to steal?
I think we're not sure either.
That's all good. So we'll be back to team 1, I believe.
Jules, do you know the newsletter? You either know it or don't.
No, I don't think I signed up for it yet. No, we don't know either.
Oh, well then I guess this is a hard one. The answer is, what is Powerhouse News?
It's really hard, guys.
That's our monthly newsletter that comes out. It would be great if we got some more subscribers. So now we're on to Reika's team. So you guys can choose the category and point value.
We're still picking out learning. You want to do, okay, we'll do learning resources for 200.
All right. Around the world, children do not have access to these things, which are just like physical Googles. Containing information about various subjects, these are commonly found in the classroom.
What are textbooks?
That is correct. Congratulations. And so we're back to team 1, Julian and Isabella. Category and point value.
You want me to do it, Jules? Julian, yes? Should I pick?
Yes,
Okay, how about we go for something a little easier first, like learning resources for 100.
Many children lack these, which are very useful. They provide access to the internet for research purposes and can even act as notepads.
Do you want to talk about this or do you want to just go for it, Jules?
Is it just computers?
Well, you have to do it as a second.
Sorry, what are computers?
That is correct. I love these team discussions. And so team 2, it's your turn. You guys can pick a category and point value.
Okay.
Can we do learning resources for 300?
Of course. These are used for writing, and a lot of children do not get them. As well as writing, they can be used creatively, like for drawing or creative writing.
No, Nikhil, we can talk like on the actual thing. You don't have to yell.
Oh, is it paper?
Well,
do you
it's
think?
used for writing.
Oh, like a pencil, I guess.
It could be paper.
Creativity.
It could be used
I think a pencil or a pen.
creative. Pencil or pen? Sure, let's go with that. So what is a pencil or a pen?
That is correct. I think what we wrote is writing utensils, but you guys said pencils and pens, so that counts. Congratulations. And I think we're on team 3 now. You guys know the drill.
Okay, well, I think we'll do causes of lack of education for 400.
Ooh, stepping up the point values. 11% of children around the world are blank. Rather than going to school and learning, they're forced to do this and put themselves in dangerous situations while barely getting paid.
So, what is working or child labor?
That is correct.
I said that.
Congratulations to Team 3, who is currently in the lead, but Team 1 can change that right now because it's your turn.
Go, Jules, pick a 500. We're done. Let's go.
All right. Let's do learning resources for 500.
Ooh. Children who are unable to go to school miss out on these. We build them up and they last for life. They can help us get through our toughest times and they can help us learn.
I don't know. I would go through either.
Is it friends? Just like.
Okay, wait. Let's not say it yet. Okay, so there's friends, but there's also skills. There's mindset. We build them up. You don't really build up friends. I mean, you build up friendships.
Yeah, I guess. And you can also get friends if you don't go to school, so.
True. Not very well, though. What do you want? Pick one. See, you should have that too in the background. Learning skills? No. Mindsets. Learning skills don't get us through our toughest times. That's horrible. Okay, just pick one. Jules, come on.
What's the rest of the one?
Growth mindset? That's so cheesy. I don't know.
Okay, after a very interesting team discussion, do you guys have a final answer? I'm so sorry, everyone. I may be frozen. I'm not really sure.
Oh yeah, I think they're both frozen. Wait, let's just see. Oh, did they both leave the call? Okay. Oh, okay. Julian said that his Wi-Fi just shut down. So, technical difficulties. Helen, do you want to give it to another team and then skip whoever's that team's turn is next, or should we just leave it, like cancel the question?
Well, we can show everyone the answer if we want to, because that was a very interesting discussion. So the correct answer was, in fact, friendships and relationships. I heard friends go through that conversation many times.
Yeah, I think that's.
Sorry, yeah, we did. We were actually going to end on friendships. Both our Wi-Fi went out because both of us are on the same Wi-Fi.
Well, thank you for letting us know. Hopefully that doesn't happen again, but that was a good question, and it was a lot of fun. So we're now on to team 2.
Okay, let's do learning resources for 400.
All right. Children with access to them go through a lot every year. We read them for fun or for school, and our brains get strengthened because they often contain new vocabulary. Specifically, children like the fiction kind.
What are books or storybooks?
That is correct. Yeah, so I know that a lot of younger children in like the first few grades of school really like fiction books, and I'm sure a lot of other people do. So yeah, congratulations. And team 3, it is your turn.
I think we'll go with causes of lack of education for 100.
For 100?
For 500.
Ooh. Some children can go to school, but they cannot learn because these people fail to show up to classrooms, or there are just too few of them to control the classes.
So, what are teachers?
And your answer is correct. Congratulations. That was very good, a 500-point question. And now we're back all the way around to team 1.
All right, let's do Project Power for 500.
Okay. Fighting poverty through education.
Jules, I know nothing about this, so is it about what is the mission statement or something like that?
Something like that. 1 second. I just think for a little.
Is it a goal? Is it a mission? Is it a mission statement? Is pretty close to something like this. It's a catchy aim. Jules, I'm leaving this up to you. Don't let the internet do this to us again.
Is it what is our slogan?
Wow, that was very good. Congratulations. After hearing some mission statement talk, I was not sure that you guys were going to come up with slogan.
You just took it from it. Good. Nice.
Congratulations, and now on to team 2.
Can we do Project Power Global for 400, please?
Of course you can. As of December 25th, 2020, Project Power Global has this many team members.
Oh no, we were talking about this the other day. Because I got 3 new members recently. Nikhil, do you know?
I think it was 5. I'm not sure though.
There's no way it's 5 because that scrolly thing has more than 5 people on their website. Okay. Well, this is last year, so I'm gonna say like, what is 12?
Final answer?
Final answer.
All right. Well, this one was a very oddly specific question, so I don't blame you guys, but the correct answer was 18. Good try, though. We're very flattered. So correct me if I'm wrong. We're on team 3.
We'll do sexism and lack of education for 200.
Worldwide, blank girls are out of school. Again, kind of another oddly specific one.
Okay, we're gonna take a guess. We're gonna say what is 40%.
Okay. So that is incorrect. Oh, yeah, okay. Answer. 132 million girls are out of school worldwide. Can you guys believe that?
Unbelievable.
That's just, to me, that's beyond terrible, and I just don't even know what to think of that. Yeah, so moving on, team 1, you guys can go ahead.
You know what you got to do, Julian.
Well, let's do Plan International for 500.
Ooh. To provide food and education for children whose lives had been disrupted by the Spanish Civil War.
Seriously. It's something like, what is the goal of ... Last time I studied the Spanish Civil War was approximately 30 years ago, Julian, so can you help me out here?
We should just say something, though.
Yes. Yeah? Why were schools of some sort?
Or just what is Plan International? Like, that could work, right? Because it's an organization that does these kinds of things, so.
Yeah, but it wasn't established in 1940s or something, right?
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
What is a nutrition intervention or something? Like there were a whole bunch of nutrition interventions during that period, right? This is not what they're looking for though. I don't know, go for it.
I don't know, I think they just have to skip.
Okay, what is the International Nutritional Program set up for?
Okay, so this one was actually a hard one. It took a lot of research to find this one, but the correct answer is, what is Plan International's original goal?
Okay.
Oh, I understand this one was really hard. I'm really sorry, but it was also kind of phrased weird. Moving on to team 2.
Okay, let's do sexism and lack of education. Oh,
Sorry.
I did? Sorry, sexism and lack of education for 400, please.
A lot of girls are forced out of school because of this, which is natural and cannot be controlled by the girls. It is simply a form of development.
What is a period?
That is correct.
Okay.
Yes, congratulations to you. Yeah, so a lot of girls are forced out of school, and it sucks because they can't control it. And it's really hurtful to just think about this and that it's happening around the world. But onto a lighter note, Team 3, you guys can go ahead.
So, sexism and lack of education for 100.
In countries affected by conflict, girls are more than blank times as likely to be out of school than girls living in non-affected countries. This one is kind of another like specific number question. So as the Project Power team would accept any answer, 3 above or 3 below.
We're gonna guess what is 7 times as likely.
So that is actually incorrect. Very sorry. It's twice, but I mean, if you guys thought 7 and it's actually 2, then maybe it's a little bit better than we thought. So we have. I think we're going to have to cut this Jeopardy game short because we're running a little bit low on time. So Team 2 and Team 3, you guys are tied. That's great. I wasn't really expecting this, but Team 1, we all loved all of your discussions, so thank you very much, and you guys played very well. And Team 2 and Team 3, congratulations. You guys are tied for the winner. So we have 2 winners of this Jeopardy game, and all of you played really well and were really fun. And it's so great that you guys joined. And just thank you for supporting us and helping us with this.
Of course. Thank you for putting it on. This is a great initiative.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you so much to all of our players.
Thank you for having us.
Julian, Karina, Mikhail, Rika, Hayden. We loved having all of your energy in this Zoom call. I'm sorry we do have to cut short because we have like timings that people are joining, so we couldn't do the whole game, but great job so far. I loved all these like little side convos happening. And feel free, if you guys want to continue to join, we'll send you the link to the YouTube live stream so that you guys can watch. And we have a really exciting like mindfulness activity happening in a little while, as well as some Kahoot games. So if you guys want to join that, we would love for you to do that. So yeah, thank you so much for coming, and take care, everybody, to all of our players.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you. Bye, everybody.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye, everyone. It was great to get to know you. Congratulations.
Congrats, guys. We will be sending prizes to our 2 winners. 2 teams, yeah. Awesome. Okay. So I think that is all for our Jeopardy portion of IGNITE. Now, I will just be speaking a little bit more about PPG and what we do exactly for lack of access to education. So in this game, we learned a lot about different problems that are faced by many children and people who are uneducated, who don't get to learn. And so you now may be wondering, okay, we understand this problem, but what are we doing to help? So at PPG, we have done a lot, and our work, I kind of classify it into 2 categories. One of them is advocacy, and the other one is action. So through advocacy, we've worked on several different projects kind of like IGNITE is probably a really great example. And basically what we're trying to do through our advocacy projects is raise awareness. And something I've learned throughout my work is that the more we talk about issues, the more people are going to want to take action. And so at PPG, we talk about the issue at hand. We talk about the causes, as you saw throughout this Jeopardy game, because in hopes that when we do that, it'll motivate people to want to really take action. So yeah, IGNITE is an example. In October, this past October, we had another conference called Elevate. And all of this is on our website if you guys want to check it out after. And we do things on social media and a lot of different projects like that. And then action, which is probably my favorite kind of side of PPG, although I love advocacy so much, is we have a lot of things going on. The first thing I'll talk about is our Pen Pal program. And if you guys have been on this live stream, you know that you met our Pen Pal program directors, Camilla and Muskan. I don't know if they're on camera, but you guys can wave or say hi. So basically our Pen Pal program is meant to kind of break the stigma behind what education means. So me spending a lot of my time learning about education, I really realized that lack of quality education is not just an issue in certain rural communities, but in many of our classrooms as well. And that is because in a lot of our education systems, we just learn about the bare minimum. We learn about the math, the science, but what about life? What about the things that are happening in our world? And so we wanted to create a program where students, both in developing communities and developed communities, can learn about world issues and learn about them together, so that after the program, they can be like pen pals and talk about these issues. And from their conversations, it can stem into action within their own communities. So that is our Pen Pal program. If you want to learn more about that, you can check out our website. The other thing I'll talk about today is our leadership booklet. Over the past few months, our team worked on a leadership booklet, and we collaborated with an organization in Tanzania to distribute it to certain orphanages in need. And that leadership booklet is all written by students for students, with key strategies on how to become a better leader in your own community. So yeah, that's another thing. And then the last thing I'll share about today is our Cove Ed campaign. And so basically for Cove Ed, we took the word COVID and education and combined it into one. And that is how the word Cove Ed came to be. And basically the whole idea around this campaign is to provide students with a space to share about their experiences learning through the pandemic, because we all know that school over this pandemic has been really difficult. And so we wanted to be able to compile stories of students and really amplify their voices about what this time has become, and kind of how we can learn from it and take those lessons into tomorrow. So yeah, that is a few examples of what we do here at PPG. There's a lot more going on, and we hope that in 2021, we can really focus on kind of eradicating the direct issue of lack of access to education. And we need your support to do that. So please check out our website, and please continue joining us at these events, because they really do make our work possible. And yeah, I'm so happy to be here. And I think that's probably all from me right now, but you guys can ask questions in another portion of this event. But for now, I'm going to pass it over to Camilla, who I think is here now, to take us on to the next portion.
Thank you so much, Arissa. Now, just a quick reminder that our Kahoot games are coming up very soon, so stay tuned for those. Now, we're going to hand the floor over to Nazinan to speak more about Plan and what she does to help them. Nazinan, take it away.
Hi, everyone. First of all, your Jeopardy game was a great way to introduce so many concepts that Plan works with. So I was very impressed by the questions and the facts that you had over there, because it's basically what I'll be talking about right now. So thank you for fundraising for Plan International Canada. We are a member of a global organization dedicated to advancing children's right and equality for girls. And as we mentioned a little bit earlier in our Jeopardy game, our beginnings do date back to 1937, when a British journalist, John Langdon Davis, founded Foster Parents Plan for Children in Spain to help children whose lives were disrupted by the Spanish Civil War. Since then, Plan International has now been building powerful partnerships for children for over 80 years and is now active in more than 70 countries. So Plan International works for and with children, community members, governments, so that all children around the world can exercise their rights. We do this by focusing on 8 core areas, with gender equality as a foundational objective, right? So our work seeks to tackle the root causes of gender inequality and remove barriers that keep children, especially girls, from reaching their full potential. So the gift that everybody is fundraising for today, and that you can find in the fundraising page, is access to education. So as it was mentioned numerous times within this great event and during the Jeopardy game, which I was so again impressed by, education is crucial for development and one of the most important tools that helps children reach their full potential. Even though education is a fundamental right, now over 258 million children, adolescents, and youth are out of school around the world. Nearly 1 in 3 of them live in countries affected by conflict and disaster. So Plan International works to improve access to quality, gender responsive, inclusive education by removing barriers and creating safe learning spaces for all children, especially girls. We make a concentrated effort to reach children who are out of school, marginalized, and those living in crisis due to emergencies or have been displaced by conflict or disaster. I did mention some of the ways we help remove the barriers that's between children and education. But I just want to go into a little bit more details on how, through our projects, we help girls stay in school, right? So one of the ways, so the money that's being raised today is going to go into these projects. So one of the things that, or I'm going to list a couple of things these projects do, and they provide equal access to education by developing gender-sensitive learning environments for girls. So that could be lanterns, especially for girls, and girls' hygiene needs, right? In a lot of these communities, there might just be one washroom, and it might not be the most sanitary washroom for all genders, right? So educated, and another thing our projects do is educate boys and men about gender equality by engaging them into promoting girls and women's right. So, bringing the boys into the table, having a conversation with them, having them as allies, having them as supporters. We keep school safe for girls by providing them with a learning environment that's free of violence, abuse, and bullying. Auditing the spaces that girls go, what kind of violence could they potentially be facing, and making sure we assess those. Provide school feeding programs that keeps girls' stomach full, their brains active, and offer parents incentive to send their daughters to school. And give girls financial standing, independence, income through village savings and loan associations, vocational training programs, and girls scholarships. And lastly, we challenge gender roles and stereotypes by running information sessions that raise awareness at home and in the community on the importance of girls' rights and gender equality. I know this was like a short snippet. I just wanted to give you a little bit more information of what Plan International does globally and where your funds are going today. And just say the work that PBG are doing is fantastic, and I really can't wait to follow you in the years to come. And thank you for plugging your newsletter, because I just signed up, so I'm excited to hear more. That's it for me. Thank you again so much for having me. Looking forward to the next game.
Thank you so much, Nazanin, for that amazing speech. Okay, now we are going to start the interactive portion of the event. So, as you all know, we've started a new year, 2021. And in honor of that, we're going to be doing a very fun activity that I hope is useful for each and every one of you as you start the new year. So first, I'd like to hear from you. If you can, just hop over to the YouTube chat box and type in one word to describe to me how your past week has been. And as you do that, I'll just explain what the purpose of this interactive activity is. So this activity is going to allow all of you creative beings to try and come up with one word, just one word, that describes how you want to be or how you want to act during 2021. This is called an intention, and having this one word goal in the back of your mind as you move along through the year can really help you not lose sight of the person you're trying to become. And just remember, there's no right or wrong answer for what an intention can be. Happiness, empathy, kindness, love, as you can see some examples on the screen as well. Those are all examples of common intentions, but feel free to choose any word out there that fits with you and who you want to become. And so in order to help you remember this word throughout the rest of the year, we're going to be creating some word art, just like the examples you see on the screen. So feel free to just, simply write out your word on a piece of paper, draw something to represent what that word means to you. If you don't want to draw, you can type out a poem, just anything that makes you start to feel connected to your word. And even if you don't finish your word art during the activity session, that's okay. You can continue later after the event. So as you start your creations, I just want to remind you of one thing that really helps me personally. You don't have to wait for a new year to begin in order to start something that you've been wanting to do. And similarly, try not to feel like super pressured to achieve your intention in a specific time frame. Every day is a new chance to set an intention or set a goal, and that's totally okay. As you saw in 2020, we clearly have no control over what obstacles life throws in our path, and unexpected things happen all the time. And so I'm currently trying not to be too hard on myself when I set goals, and instead just be flexible and adapt. So I hope that your word art or your poem, having it taped to your wall or beside your bed will help keep you positive and focused when times get hard too. So I have my pencil and paper here, and I think for the next 8 to 10 minutes, we can put on some music and we can just make our word art. Oh yes, and last thing, whenever you finish, we'd love it if you can send us a photo of your, or a screenshot of whatever you created, so we can create a nice collage and maybe post it on our Instagram, Project Power. Awesome. Have fun.
like to hand it over to Arissa for her incredible performance. Arissa, the floor is yours.
Well, thank you, Muskan and Nalusha. I just want to say that activity was amazing. My word here is limitless. I think that going into 2021, I really want to live a limitless life, because I feel like 2020 has brought a lot of limits into our life, but we can find those little ways to go outside of our comfort zone and connect with people virtually, of course. So my word for this year is limitless. And thank you for the activity, Nalusha. I love it. I'm probably going to do it maybe like once a month. It can be something we can do. And just a reminder to everybody watching on YouTube, we really would love to see all of your words. You can comment them in the chat box on YouTube, and also you can send us a photo of your word, or if you wrote a poem or whatever you did during this interactive activity, we would love to see it. So you can send us a photo or the document at our email, projectpower.global@gmail.com, and we'll share it on our social media. So with having said that, we are now going to move to our performance. And yes, I will be performing. Unfortunately, some of our contacts were not able to make it today, but I'm really happy to be here and to perform a spoken words poem that I wrote, and it's called Rainbow. And before I recite it, I'll just give you a little bit of more of an idea about what it's about. So I wrote Rainbow just after, or during the, just after the death of George Floyd, because I really wanted to find a way to express my feelings of how this world perceives diversity, and how I hope it will perceive diversity one day, someday. And so this spoken word poem is about how I relate the beauty and diversity of this world to a rainbow and the beauty of a rainbow. So yeah, it's not too long. It's quite short, but I hope you guys enjoy it. And if you do, you can give me some snaps at the end. Trying to be a little bit poetic here. I'm not a very poetic person, but I'm going to try my best. So yeah, I hope you enjoy. I'm just going to take a sip of my water. Oh yes, PPG mugs. We have those too. 1 second. Okay. Look at a rainbow. Red, orange, yellow, green, blue, purple. Look how they fit together in harmony, in unity, in equality. No color stands out from the rest. No color trying to be the best or take all the zest. Why? Well, because the colors know it would not be a rainbow without each other. They know that the differences in color is what makes them like no other. Their strength is in their differences. They are incredible and invincible because they work as one, join forces as one. They do not fight with one another, they unite with one another. Well, everyone wants this world to be all sunshine and rainbows, right? So let's make it a rainbow. Let's enable the world's true beauty and light to live. Let's embrace our differences, because who are we without them? Diversity equals strength, unity equals power, and peace equals happiness. Thank you. Thank you, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed that. It was very short, but it means a lot to me. Thank you for listening. And I'm going to turn it back to my wonderful team now.
A big thank you to Arissa and for that amazing performance. Now it's your guys' turn. Do you have any questions about Plan International or Project Power Global? Now is the time. Now is the time to ask them. Write your questions in the chat to get them answered live.
Awesome. So Rishan, who is monitoring our chat,
Yes.
let us know if
Yes, we already have a question.
you have a question. Wonderful.
Yes, it says, hello, Nazanin. Are you able to give us specific examples of the programs that have been successful? Thank you.
Thank you for that wonderful question. A very good question to ask as well. So the way Plan International works is, like I mentioned, we've been around for more than 70 years. When we have projects in countries, it is in collaboration with the country offices that we work with. So we have stakeholders and plan employees from a specific country who works there, and most of our projects run for 10 to 15 years. We don't just go in for a year and come back. We make sure there is a foundation there, and the folks that are in the community themselves guide us, and we work together to make sure the project's successful. There's a number of success stories. I can put a link on some of our stories on the chat if you're interested. I highly recommend anyone who wants to just learn more to go on our website, which I'll link below. There's wonderful stories, information, research on Plan International's work. Yeah. Please feel free to ask me any other questions you have. I do also want to say we have a lot of youth opportunities. Arisa, I think you're in our Speakers Bureau. You can talk a little bit about that. We have our Champions of Change Club. We are always looking to engage Canadian youth or global youth with Plan International works, and for them to ultimately create projects like PPG, right? So that's the goal for us, to help give you folks the resources you need to be the advocates of today and tomorrow. So Arisa, I would love if you could speak about your experience with our programs.
For sure. So yeah, I mean, I admire the work of Plan so much. I can't even describe it. It's awesome what you do, and it's just amazing. And yeah, I am a part of the Youth Speakers Bureau, and basically it's kind of, I mean, I would describe the Speakers Bureau as just a really awesome, inviting and welcoming place to learn about different world issues and to really foster a community of like-minded youth who want to take action. So anybody, I believe, can join the Speakers Bureau. You have to be in the age group, I believe. I'm not too sure that age group. Maybe Nazanin, you can fill us in about that after. But yeah, that is something I'm a part of. We learn about different world issues, as well as how we can really take action through small kind of endeavors. And I think, you know, that is something that we do at PPG and Plan does as well, really just highlight the fact that small actions do add up to big change. And so I think the Speakers Bureau is where a lot of those small actions are kind of fostered, and we get to brainstorm ideas, and it's just a really fun place to be. And yeah, I love it. So that's what I'll say about the Speakers Bureau.
Yeah, so thank you, Arisa. I did put some links on the chat if you're interested to learn more. And I think the age limit for the Speakers Bureau it cuts at 24. So I think we all have, most of our youth programs just cut at that age. And yeah, I really highly, and also we do also have a newsletter that we share new updates that are not necessarily programmatic, but one-off campaigns. So let us know. And, initiatives like what this amazing event could have a place on our newsletter, which we're, I think, working on, Narissa, with Nawal. So we'll see.
That would be so amazing. Yes, I get your newsletter all the time. It's awesome, the stories you're sharing. Really, really inspirational. Thank you so much for answering that question. Rishan, do we have any other questions coming in?
Yes, I actually have a question of my own. So what are some challenges that you went through working/running an organization, and how did you overcome them? It's kind of for both of you guys.
For sure. Nazanin, do you want to start off, and then I'll answer after?
Well, Plan International is not my initiative. It's not my initiative. I work at Plan International. There's 300 people who work at Plan International just in Canada alone, right? If I can answer the question, maybe how did I come to work at Plan International in Canada, and what challenges did I face as a youth getting into the international development world and the charity world? So a little bit of a background. I was an international student myself, actually. I'm originally from UAE, Dubai. And I think we have another person here who's currently live from there. So nice to meet you. So I came to Canada in Toronto for my university degree. I studied communication and psychology at York University. And then from there, I really made sure I volunteered in all sorts of places when I was in university, because I had the privilege to experience and experiment with what I liked and didn't like. So I worked in marketing firms. I worked in clinical psychology offices. I worked in ESL institutions and so forth. And ultimately, when I graduated, I got a job at a grassroots non-for-profit, which was all around bullying and school safety. And I found that I really enjoyed working with youth, young people, and helping kind of build character, self-esteem, and resilience. And I fell in love with the work, and I decided to do my master's. I'm currently in my master's as well of education, master's in education for community development and adult education. And because I have an international perspective on life, just because I've traveled and I've lived in different countries, that I do look at youth empowerment in a global lens, and how by pulling youth from one community up, you can pull youth from other communities up, and just kind of feeding into the globalness of the world. And I hope to one day be in those programs that are making they're doing the wonderful work in countries in Canada, like working with Indigenous youth, working with awesome. So I guess my challenge here would be it's experimenting a lot. It's like, and knowing that the decision you make is not your final decision, and you're allowed to change your mind, and you're allowed to shift gears. Sometimes it's okay. Like, my first 3 years of university, I thought I was going to be a psychologist. I was like, yes, this is happening. Nothing's going to change my mind. And lo and behold, I was like, maybe, I like something else, and that's okay. And so I would say, don't let the mistakes bring you down, and just keep, let them, broaden your view and your perspective. I don't know if that answered your question. I just went on a dialogue. Sorry.
No, I love that answer. Yeah, and I really can relate to kind of how your path kind of shifted, and there was a moment where you're like, no, do I really want to be a psychologist? Do you want to do this? So I can relate to that, certainly. Probably not to the extent that you faced, because I'm a lot younger, but I definitely know how that feels. So yeah, to answer the question from my perspective, I think it was what is challenging about starting or running an organization. I can't remember what it was exactly, but I'll speak to that. For me, I think I can quite honestly say there are times when I wonder if the work we're doing is actually making an impact. And I think for me, it's just constantly reminding myself that small actions do really make an impact. And, when I first started PPG, I was all alone. I was not sure if any other youth would, think that this, or not even youth, but just anyone else on this planet would think it would be a good idea. And so when I first started it, I was really nervous. I didn't have much confidence. And it was just really scary for me to start an organization being so young. But when I did, and I remember, how this went down, I decided to share about it on my social media. And then I started to get text messages from all of my friends who are, a lot of them are actually on our team today. And so they would just be so welcoming and want to help out. And I know Zoe, who is our graphic designer director, she was like the first person to be part of PPG because she actually created our logo. And so when Zoe kind of joined and said, this is great, I really was able to kind of just go with it. I think that when you start something, it's very unclear about how it will play out, but you kind of just have to go with it and follow your heart, despite how cliche that is. And yeah, so that is probably the main challenge I faced when starting. But today, I think just being able to just having so many possible directions we could take PPG to is really overwhelming sometimes because you're constantly having to make decisions on which path to take. But my advice to anybody who is kind of, well, I guess to anybody really, no matter if you've started an organization or if you want to start an organization, is just kind of go with it. And wherever you end up is where you're meant to end up, and everything will play out in the end. So, yeah, that is my advice. And those are some of the struggles I've faced throughout my journey. But I just want to reiterate again that no matter all the struggles that we face, they do make us stronger, and they teach us real lessons in life. So yeah, that's what I want to say. But I'm sorry if that went a little bit deep. But Rishan, if there's any other questions, feel free.
I think we have time for one or two more, and it looks like we have one in the chat from one of our contestants, Karina.
Yeah.
And she asked, how did you start your organization, and why do you think it is important?
For sure. So I think that's kind of more directed to me. So I'll answer that. But yeah, so I'll start with that. Why did I start it? Well, or I think why and how was the question. So why, sorry, what was it?
How?
Okay. So how did I start it? Well, I will be very honest with you. Starting Project Power has been my dream for a very long time. Ever since India, I really, really wanted to start something. I wanted to start a charity or something to really fight for education, because I felt that we learn about so many world issues, but there's not, no one actually talks about how we can solve all of them in one go. And for me, education is a huge problem solver. I think that when we ensure that people have education, that means that they can learn about these issues. That means that they can learn about how they can be better people. And so for me, education really acts as that kind of problem solver for many of the issues we face. And so, having said that, I knew that I wanted to fight for education, because then I kind of felt like I was advocating for many other issues all at once. And I know that there's so many young people who are passionate about so many different world issues and advocating for all of them. And for me, education is kind of like a combination of all of them, because when you learn, that is when you can really learn how to be better and live a better life, I guess. So that is why I chose education, and kind of I've talked about my story, and then how I started it. Well, for me, like, I'll actually be honest, it was on my 2020 vision board. In the middle, it said Project Power, and I kid you not, like, I have a picture. If anybody would like to see it, send me an email or send me a message on Instagram, because it was literally on my vision board. And I wasn't sure if it would happen. But for me, it kind of all started with kind of visualizing, starting an organization. That was how I began to think about it. And then throughout the pandemic, having a lot of time on my hands, I was able to really focus on what I wanted to do in life. So I decided to take that vision and create it into a reality. And I started to write down some of my ideas. And then I started to talk about it with some people on social media. And then, yeah, that's kind of how it began. And then all of these wonderful people that are on this call with me, all of my team members, joined, and we're here now. So that's kind of how it went down. It wasn't it's not a very interesting story, I guess, but yeah, that's how it happened. So Rishan, are there any other questions?
I think there's one more.
Okay.
Someone was wants to hear more about the grassroots level on the ground action that Plan has partnered on.
For sure. So I think that's Nazanin.
Sure. What do you want to know specifically?
It just says she wants to hear more about the grassroots level on the ground action.
So how it works is Plan International works in, I want to see if I could share my screen where we work. Yeah, wonderful. Okay, so I'm just gonna, is it okay if I share my screen really? Oh, I'm not able to.
I can make you co-host, so
yeah,
you can
that'd
share.
be great.
Okay. Now you can share your screen.
Okay, wonderful. So do you see this map right here? So these are all the countries that Plan International Canada has active projects in or has worked with in the past. And how it works is we're under a federation, and we have our country offices, which are seen right here, and we have our donor countries, which Canada is a part of, and which you will see right, donor country. Okay, well, we have, my computer's loading, but there's donor countries, and they consist of North Africa, Europe, Australia, and this is where we raise funds, or we work with our government partners like Global Affair Canada to receive grants to continue to do work in our donor countries. So the way it works is we partner with our offices, for example, in Kenya. And our Kenya office is the people who work in our Kenya office are people who are familiar with conflicts and issues that are present within Kenya, and they are familiar with the community, they know what the community needs, and we fund those programs, and we work collaboratively, and we make sure they have all the resources they need, and they tell us like what works, what was needed, what works with them, and so forth. So I'm not necessarily sure exactly what you want to know specifically. Like if you want to know, I know a lot of youth ask, hey, can we go ourselves and maybe I don't know, teach somewhere. Unfortunately, Plan International does not do volunteerism. That we take safeguarding issues very important, very, you know, we really value safeguarding initiatives, and we make sure that the youth and the stakeholders we're working in the field or in the communities we work in are safe. We make sure that, you know, life is as normal for them. We try to avoid bringing people and like, hey, like we're here to help you. So they work with their own community, with their own people and folks that they're familiar with. Yeah, and I don't know, is there any specific questions I can answer though? I'm not sure. And if I don't know the answer, I can always come back to you with an answer.
It doesn't really say specifically, but maybe we can just answer that. We have another question in the chat, so maybe we can just answer that one now.
Okay.
This one. So it says where do you see Project Power going in a few years? But we can add on to that and say where do you see Plan International and Project Power in a few years?
I mean, I'm gonna give the floor to Arissa because I'm excited to hear where Arissa's what PBG's plan is for the next couple of years. I'm gonna pass this question to the group.
Awesome. I'd love to answer. So yeah, to be quite honest, this is something I think about a lot. And for me, my vision for PPG in 5 years is to really begin directly supporting communities. I feel like a lot of our work over the past kind of upwards of 6 months has been around spreading awareness. And I really hope that in the next couple years, we can begin to directly work with and support communities in need through our various projects. And, you know, as I spoke about earlier, we're working on our Pen Pal program. I hope that in 5 years, you know, we'll have done a lot of different things with that. And I don't know, Camilla or Muskan, do you want to speak about that? Because you guys are in charge of that program. So if you want to say a few words, I'd love for you to do that.
So the Pen Pal program consists of a 5-week program, and each week we speak of a different topic. And for in the future, I really hope that this is a solid program and that we have lots of participants to join. Ms. Gon?
Yeah, so we have been working on our Pen Pal program, and once we get it started, I wish it will be a really successful, project that can help others in different communities. So I'm excited to see where it goes.
Yeah, thank you guys. So yeah, just to finish off, I really think hopefully next year or the year after, we can begin to collaborate with those communities. I think that when you're far away, it can be difficult, but if you want to make a difference, you have to speak to communities in need and ask them what they really need, because you don't want to just kind of think they need something when they may not need that thing. So I hope that we can engage in conversations with people in need, ask them how we can help, and teach them how to kind of support themselves. You know, there's a really great quote. I can't remember who it's from, but it's like, feed a person a fish for one day and oh no, I don't even remember the quote, but it's like, teach a person how to fish and feed them for a lifetime. So yeah, I can't remember the first half, but I really hope that we can, be those people to help others and teach them how to learn critical life skills and things like that in the future. So yeah, that's my very brief vision for PPG in 5 years.
Awesome. Okay, so I think, Rishan, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that's all the questions we're going to be doing right now.
Yes, there's no more questions.
Okay, perfect. So thank you so much again to everyone who asked a question. If you have any other questions, do not hesitate to send us a DM on Instagram and we'd be happy to get an answer for you. Now it's time to play a few games of Kahoot. So I'm going to hand it over to Sophie to get started with that.
Hi, everyone. 1 second. So we are going to be playing Kahoot, and you can see on the screen the code. And it is 921 for anyone who can't see it, 921-6526.
I also just want to say we encourage everybody watching on YouTube to join too, because you do have a chance to win a prize as well. So
Yeah, of course. Everyone enter, and I can read out the code again, 921-6526. I see lots of people. This is great. As well, the Kahoot will be 30 seconds delayed. So you're going to have, if you're on YouTube, so it's going to have a bit of a time delay, but you'll still be able to play. We're going to start in just a few seconds, just waiting for everyone to join. Okay, I think we can get started. Kahoot. So the first question, who is the Pakistani education advocate who at the age of 17 became the youngest person to win the Nobel Peace Prize? Malala Yousafzai, Priyanka Chopra, Justin Trudeau, or Sharku Khan? I'm sorry if I mispronounce any of the names. Nice, so it is Malala who was the Pakistani education advocate. Nice to Charlie and Helen and Camilla. So our second question, the Microsoft co-founder who has created a foundation under his name that undertakes initiatives around the world. Jeff Bezos, Johnny Depp, Bill Gates, or Joe Biden? This is a tricky one. Nice. So Bill Gates. Charlie in the lead and Helen and Zoe. Okay, our third question. Indian social reformer who led a nationwide march, Bharat Yatra, against child abuse and advocated the right to educate. Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Kailash I'm so sorry if I mispronounce it, Satyarathi, and Ram Nath Kovind. Great. So it was Kailash again. Sorry if I mispronounced. Great job, everyone. Oh, so Helen and then Charlie and Tess and Camilla and Janine. Good job, everyone. So for fourth, she was First Lady of the United States in 2015, and she unveiled Let's Girls Learn, a new U.S. initiative. I think the picture gives a pretty good hint. Great. So Michelle Obama, she was the First Lady in 2015 and unveiled an amazing Let Girls Learn program. Okay, Charlie, Tess, and Camilla. Great job, everyone. So now, Salman Blank is an American educator and the founder of Khan Academy, a free online education program. I know a lot of people use this. I'm excited to see the answers.
This music is so intense.
I was just gonna say.
Khan. Okay, that was you never know. But yeah, Salman Khan created Khan Academy. Charlie in the lead with Tess and Kana. January 25th is International Day of Education. True or false? That is false. This is not the International Day of Education. Tess in the league with Charlie in second and Camilla in third. Our seventh question, who started International Day of Education? Bill Gates, United Nations, schools, or Obama? You can remember that Bill Gates was the answer to one of the previous questions. Nice. So the United Nations started International Day of Education. Good job to everyone who got that one right. And we still have Tess in the league with Charlie and Zoe in second and third. How many countries is International Education Day celebrated in? 4, 82, 100, or 26? Okay, so International Education Day is celebrated in 26 countries. Okay, next question. We have Tess, Kana, and Charlie. Great job. Okay, true or false? In developing countries, every additional year of education can increase a person's future income by an average of 10%.
Arisa, I had a question. Is that picture like from your trip?
Yes, it is. Thank you for that question. That is a picture from my trip to India, for everybody who doesn't know. So yeah, this is the school I visited, and all of these children are the people who inspired me to start PPG.
Amazing. So this is true. Tess in the lead, and yeah, Kana and Zoe. Maria Blank was an Italian educator best known for the philosophy of education. Montessori, Montessori, Maleficent, or Melbourne?
I think it's Maleficent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent last name options.
Or is it Melbourne?
I don't know. Let's see. Whoever it is, I already think she's a queen, so yeah.
Montessori. I know that I've seen lots of Montessori schools, so that's cool to know where that came from.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, so in first, Tess, and then Zoe and Camilla, and Kana and Helen. Great job, everyone. And Muskong with a streak. Okay, the largest high school in America has about blank students. It is Morton High School and is founded in Illinois.
Wow, all of these numbers are a lot. My school certainly does not have this many.
Can you imagine like a high school with 10,000 students?
I cannot. I would feel so lost.
If this is a picture of the school, it does look pretty big.
It does, yeah.
It's also really like pretty.
Yeah.
8,000 students. Imagine being in a building with 8,000 students. Great job to those who got that one right. Okay, so we have Tess, Zoe, and Camilla. Next, our fourth last question, or third. In a normal year in the US, approximately blank school buses bring children back and forth to school each day. Think of all the kids in the US, and there's so many who go to school.
I really salute all of the bus drivers for taking these kids to their school. Probably not during COVID, but in a regular year.
Yeah, it's going to be a really high number. All of these are. 480,000. Amazing. 4 people got that one right. So Tess, Zoe, and Helen, Camilla, and Irfan. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. Great job. Okay, blank million adults still lack basic reading and writing skills according to the latest available data for 2016. 100, 750, 300, or 100? Million.
These numbers are way too high.
$750 million adults lack basic reading and writing skills. That's crazy. So in first is Zoe, and then Tess and Helen. Next question. In Burkina Faso, Niger, and South Sudan, literacy rates are still below blank. 30%, 60%, 10%, or 40%? Again, way too high numbers for all of these. %30 is the literacy rates. Tess, and then Zoe, and then Connor. Good job. Okay, our last question. 61% of children from low-income backgrounds have no children's book at home. this crazy number is true, that when you don't have children's books, 61% of people from low-income backgrounds do not have children's books at home. So, our winners, thank you everyone for playing with us. This is a really educational Kahoot. Thank you to the makers. In third, we have Kana. In second, Zoe. And in first, Tess. So congratulations to you all, and thank you so much for playing. And our runners-up are Irfan and Helen. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. That was awesome, Sophie. And just a message to all of our YouTube players. We would love to give you a prize. So if you would like that, please take a picture of your screen that shows that you are part of the game and send that to us at our email, and that is projectpower.global@gmail.com, and we will send you over a prize for playing and participating. So be sure to do that. And Rishan, maybe if you want to put that email in the YouTube chat, that would be wonderful, so people can email us. And yeah, congrats to all of our winners and runner-ups. Yeah, I'll hand it over to the team now. Okay.
Thank you, Sophie, for hosting these wonderful games of Kahoot, and thank you so much, all of you, for playing them. We hope you have learned something new about lack of access to education.
Now as this event is coming to a close, we would like to remind you all to donate. We are approaching our goal, but we need your help to get there. When you make a donation, your money is going to Plan International, an amazing organization that helps create powerful partnerships for children around the globe.
And as we've mentioned before, there will be a prize for donors. So for every $5 you donate, you'll be entered into a raffle once to win a special prize. So the more you donate, the more likely you are to win, but any amount is always appreciated. The link to the page will be posted in the chat right now.
We would like to thank Nazneen for joining us today. We have learned a lot from your speeches. Also, a big thank you to Arissa for her lovely performance and her inspiring leadership as well.
The events team would also like to thank the entire PPG team for helping plan this event. We couldn't have done it without you. Thank you for collaborating and making this an event a joy to plan.
And last but certainly not the least, thank you to all of our amazing viewers for watching and participating in IGNITE. You guys are the reason that these events can happen, so we thank you for coming.
Wow, and that concludes today's event. You know, it is such, I can't believe that we're here today. I mean, it just inspires me so much and gives me so much hope for our future. So thank you to my incredible team. Special shout out to the events team, Ryan, Amika, Erica, all the people who helped with technology, Nalusha for that wonderful, wonderful activity, and just everybody else on the team. You guys are my heroes and you inspire me daily. So thank you for that. And of course, thank you to our wonderful viewers on YouTube. And even if you're not watching this live, maybe you're watching this after the event, thank you as well. We're so happy and we hope you learned something from today. And also special shout out to our Jeopardy players. It was really, really fun to hear some of the really interesting, heated discussions that happened. I wouldn't say arguments, but you know, that was really entertaining. So thank you for that. And just to close, yes, please do remember to check out Plan International. We will send over their website link in the YouTube chat, as well as us. So our website is projectpower.global.org. You can check out our work. Feel free to sign up and participate in our other endeavors and follow us on Instagram. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as follow us on TikTok. We are going to start posting there more. So yeah, we hope to see you there too. Last but certainly not least, I just want to remind everybody that you are capable of making a difference in the world and your voice matters. So thank you for sharing that with us today, and continue to stay safe. On behalf of the entire team, we hope that you stay safe over this time, and yeah, continue to move mountains. Thank you, everybody. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you.